City Council. That is where we will start this discussion or this vote this evening. So I will entertain a motion for the approval on first reading of an ordinance to raise the rates in the city of Vienna based on the first set of numbers at the 47% water increase,
96 cents,
96 cents, and the
$2.10 sewer.
$2.10 rate increase on the sewer.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve on first reading the original ordinance that was prepared for the water rate increase for the city of Vienna. Is there any further discussion?
Just one comment. If this isn't passed, then we take out all the projects, and then we go with the next recommendation as far as an increase is concerned. I'm sorry, but I don't like to see the city sit and do nothing for a period of time. The bonds are for 20 years. They've been in effect for 2 years. There are so many, I don't want to have to connect to Parkersburg again and get the higher rates. If we don't rehab wells 9 and 10, that might happen. If we don't do the other project, the sewer expansion project, then we're going to deal with the 4 lift stations still there, having to be maintained almost on a daily basis. The pump, hopefully the electricity doesn't go out, they don't fail, and sewer doesn't back up in the residence home. If we don't have those lift stations, then it'll be connected directly gravity feed into our system, and there'll be no problem to get rid of those. We won't have to worry about sewer backing up into our residence. And I don't know, I've seen several times when sewers have, because of the inflow, the ionide, which is count, back up into people's residences, and I don't want to see that. And I hope these projects will go ahead in the future. If we don't pass this, then those projects are dead, and possibilities like connecting to Parkersburg, sewer backing up, not getting rid of the lift stations exist.
Is there any further discussion? Russ, a point of clarification if I might.
Yes.
Do we need to do each of these as water one and sewer one?
You can, you don't have to, since the way you presented them is as.
Can we have a combined system?
Yeah, we have a combined system, but I'm just saying the way you presented the ordinances as far as the council. You have one set, which is that initial number. The second is a separate set. They should be taken together as water and sewer laws.
Okay. I'll read it by title. An ordinance establishing and fixing rates, fees, and charges of the city of Vienna, West Virginia, water system and sewer system. Whereas, in order to provide revenue sufficient for the city of Vienna to pay the daily expenses associated with the operation of its water system, to provide working capital reserves as required by Chapter 24 of the West Virginia Code, and to provide sufficient revenues to cover the costs associated with renewals and replacements and associated debt service. The City Council of the City of Vienna deems it advisable and necessary to increase the city's current rates, fees, and charges for furnishing water service. Whereas the City Council finds that the rates, fees, and charges set forth below are just and equitable for the service provided to the city's water customers and sewer customers, and that such rates will be sufficient to meet daily expenses associated with the operation of its water system and sewer system, to provide working capital reserves as required by Chapter 24 of the West Virginia Code, and to provide funding of its associated debt service. Now, therefore, the City Council of the City of Vienna hereby ordains that the following rates, fees, and charges shall be adopted and placed into effect in lieu of its water tariff number 8, currently on file with the Public Service Commission of West Virginia.
And sewer tariff number 6.
And sewer tariff number 6. Thank you, ma'am. All those in favor of the ordinance on first reading as presented with the rate increase as described earlier by Amy and the sewer rate increase on the numbers that we've dealt with, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed? Motion carries on first reading, 4-3. We will schedule the public hearing for
October 26th.
October the 26th. That concludes our agenda for this evening. The only announcement is to announce the trick or treat for Vienna, Parkersburg, Williamstown, and Belgrade is scheduled for Tuesday, October the 31st. Meeting adjourned.